We're in the home stretch of the summer, and the calendar in USL Championship has flipped to week 23 in San Antonio FC. Back at Toyota Field, they'll open up a three-match homestand, welcoming in Loudoun United FC. The cross-conference battle here tonight on Bally Sports. And a pleasant good evening, everyone. We say hello from the broadcast booth, along with the midfielder Hayden Partain. I'm Dan Weiss. It's great to have you with us. Well, San Antonio FC saw their 9-match unbeaten streak come to an end in a crashing 3-0 defeat the other night in San Diego. But Hayden, this club hasn't lost 2 matches all season. They're not going to start here tonight, you don't figure.
No, you can see here they are going to bounce back. That's the goal. Coming off a tie at home and now a loss away. You can see here historically they're going to have 6 goals after a loss. They've got 17 shots against an opposition 12, 10 saves and 11. That's bad.
Alan Marcina certainly said it wasn't his club's best performance the other night in San Diego. So, as Hayden said, you look for them to bounce back here tonight. Doesn't take away, though, from what SAFC has done to this point, as 50 points through their first 21 matches, ties for the most ever in USL Championship. This is amazing when you think about it. You have to go all the way back to 2012, the last time a club got to 50 points in as few number of games.
Yeah, I mean, they're sitting in a nice position. I know, obviously, coming off a bad result, they have a good position to defend here. You know, looking at the other clubs, they really just need to get more wins the rest of the season.
Yeah, and they're on track to try to catch Phoenix, that 2019 Rising Club, for the most wins and most points in USL Championship history. And when you start thinking about the most valuable player race, you don't always think about a defender, Hayden, because they have a Defender of the Year category. But Mitchell Taintor certainly has put up MVP-like numbers here this season.
Yeah, Mitch has had a great season. He's leading from the back. You can see he's got a career high of 4 goals. He's really deadly in the box on set pieces. He's ranked 3rd for interceptions with 48, and he's in the box making clearances all day.
And SAFC is 2nd in fewest goals conceded, 18 allowed all year, and they'll try to get back into doing that well tonight with Loudoun United coming to town. Is Jordan Farr and company set to go for the 3-match homestand that begins next here on Bally Sports?
First one, I just didn't really know where to go with it. I mean, if you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. I was definitely doing that. I mean, if you're cool with it, I'm okay. It doesn't matter. I've embarrassed myself enough.
It's up to you. Like, it's your call. It's what.
Yeah.
So you want? Let's do it again. We can do it live.
We can do it live.
That's fine.
It's good practice.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. Can you put that card back up, please? I didn't. Maybe you give me some suggestions on this.
Yeah, it was just basically just showing you, like, you know, what we do.
Do I need a line item this, or
no? You don't have to line item at all. You just basically say, hey, look, this
Okay.
team shows a lot of resiliency.
Okay.
You never see 2 bad matches in a row out of them.
Okay.
This shows you why right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're good at home. Yeah.
their losses?
One of them
Phoenix.
was in Miami, one of them was in Monterey, and I think they actually might have all been on the road.
The rebound game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right, because the Phoenix game at home was one of the losses, and then they were away.
They were all on the road. The first one was in Orange County, the second one was in Miami, and the third one was in Monterey. Yeah, they've all been on the road. The summer has hit the final quarter pull, and the calendar in USL Championship flips to week 23. San Antonio FC back at home at Toyota Field. They open up a three-match homestand, welcoming in Loudoun United FC in a cross-conference showdown here on Bally Sports. And a pleasant good evening, everyone. We say hello from the broadcast booth, along with the former midfielder, Hayden Partain. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. SAFC saw their 9-match unbeaten streak come to an end Saturday in San Diego. They fall 3-0 to Loyal in a battle of the top two clubs in the Western Conference. But Hayden, this club hasn't lost back-to-back matches all season. Not planning on starting that here tonight.
Yeah, they've shown historically some pretty good resiliency. Coming off of a loss, as well as a tie at home, these guys have something to prove, and they're not going to want to lose at home again.
Alan Marcina said it wasn't his club's best effort the other night. They almost gave up a fifth of their entire goal total in just one match in San Diego. But it doesn't take away from what they've done this year, Hayden. 50 points in their first 21 matches. It's tied for the fewest number of games to get to 50 points in all of USL Championship. You've got to go back to 2012, the last time a team got to 50 points in this few number of matches.
Yeah, over the course of the whole season, they've been really consistent. These last two results are a little hiccup, but they've got a really good position to hold here. They've got something to prove, and winning more games is going to be a great thing for the rest of the year.
And they've got a shot to catch Phoenix, that 2019 Rising side, when it comes to most wins and most points in USL Championship. And as we start to think about the MVP race in USL, you cannot talk about that race without mentioning Mitchell Taintor. And I know there's always a category for Defender of the Year. You don't see a defender in the MVP race, but Mitchell's certainly putting up MVP type of numbers.
Yeah, talk about consistency. Mitch has done really well. You can see he's got a career high of 4 goals this season. He makes interceptions like no other, and he's ranked 18th in clearances. He's a great leader in the back, but it's great to see a defender competing for an award like that.
Anchoring the second best defense when it comes to USL, SAFC has conceded only 18 goals all season, and they'll look to get back into doing that well here tonight against Loudoun United. Jordan Farr ready to go here at home at Toyota Field. SAFC getting ready to open up 3 in a row here in South Texas. We bring you starting 11s and kick when we return here on Bally Sports. San Antonio FC Soccer on Bally Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. Week 23 starts on a Wednesday here at Toyota Field under cloudy skies. SAFC Loudoun United meet for the first time in each other's history. We'll take a look at starting 11s for both sides here this evening, beginning with the visitors, the red and white from Loudoun United. Luis Zamudio in net 4-9-3 record, 24-year-old out of the Club America Academy. Watch out for Kristin Fletcher up top, number 45. Had a brace on his 17th birthday in their victory on Saturday. And for SAFC, they get Santiago Patino back as he served a one-match suspension for a red card in San Diego. And Hayden, for the first time since June the 4th, Elliott Collier is in the 18 tonight for SAFC. Good to have Elliott back as he has missed the last 2 months of the regular season. San Antonio FC at 16-4-2 and 50 points coming into tonight's match. Best record in the USL. It's their best start in franchise history. And Hayden, they are just one win away from matching the club record for most wins in a single season. The 17 victories they had back in the 2017 campaign. Melvin Rivas is our center referee, and we are set for soccer here on a Wednesday night. Along with Hayden Partain and our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us this evening on Bally Sports. SAFC in their home black kits trimmed in silver. Loudoun United FC in their red and white kits here this evening. Loudoun United begins the night 10th in the Eastern Conference, 18 points. Opening kick, as always, brought to you in part by Pizza Hut. Loudoun at 5 wins against 14 defeats and 3 draws. Santiago Patino makes the turn in the midfield, and he's brought down, and it'll be an opportunity very early in the match here for a good quality set piece here for SAFC.
Yeah, that's a great start from Patino, shielding bodies off and making contact like he loves, and drawing a free kick here in a dangerous area.
So SAFC, which was shut out in San Diego 3-0 on Saturday night. 3 goals coming in a 15-minute stretch from the 62nd minute to the 77th minute as Zamudio will look onward here. Fabian Garcia lines up over the ball. He's got a pretty direct on look here from about 23 yards out. Garcia over goal with that take.
It's right shape, just a little high.
Temperature tonight at kickoff, 95 degrees under cloudy skies. There are scattered showers in the area. We had an outflow boundary that came through Toyota Field about 20 minutes prior to kickoff. We got the winds kicking up, the dust flying everywhere. Dropped temperature about a solid 7-8 degrees. So it's actually probably pretty pleasant on the pitch this evening for the players, especially those from Leesburg, Virginia, who are making their first ever trek to South Texas. Loudoun United, a 2-0 win over LA Galaxy 2 on Saturday night at home. And so that'll certainly have SAFC's attention because Galaxy 2 gave SAFC quite the dogfight here at Toyota Field a couple of Saturdays ago. Jalen Robinson, the captain, will turn it out, your former teammate at Wake Forest. And this is his 5th go-around with this organization. Loudoun United is the USL affiliate of DC United, 45 minutes just to the northwest of the nation's capital. And Jalen Robinson is actually going back to his USL Championship days playing with the Richmond Kickers, who were formerly Loudoun United before going to Leesburg. SAFC's onside, and Zamudio comes up with an early save on the left-footed strike there from Sam Adeniran, kind of took it on his off foot there, trying to catch the keeper off guard. I think SAFC might have been a little bit surprised that the flag stayed down.
Yeah, I think Patino initially was looking for Dillon, and he was a bit savvy about that and just dummied it. That honestly should be in the back of the net.
So SAFC has had a great opportunity to get out on their front foot here in the opening quarter hour. They've outscored the opposition 3-0. The last 2 matches giving up combined 4 goals. And what's funny about the 4 that they've given up is that they've come in the final half hour of the match here as Patino with some daylight. And Zamudio will take it off the carpet there. But 4 goals, Hayden, in the last half hour in the last 2 matches where they had not given up a single goal in the last half hour in their first 20 matches of the season.
That's a good stat. I like that stat.
Hopefully they'll get back to that here tonight against a young game Loudoun United club that features 10 players that have come up through the DC Academy system through the years. This is their 4th year as a club in Loudoun and Leesburg, Virginia, in Loudoun County, going back to 2019. Haven't qualified for the playoffs in any of the years that they've played in Loudoun. As you look there at Kristin Fletcher, who had a brace on his 17th birthday Saturday night, getting the 2 goals against LA Galaxy 2. He's product of the Bethesda U17s and a member of the U.S. National U19 program.
That's a great birthday. Wow. 2 goals.
His first career brace. He's got 3 goals in his 10 matches and started out on the wings, and we'll put him up in a natural number 9 position here. We'll see where Ryan Martin has him lined up here tonight. SAFC with a couple of chances early. It was the first attempt, SAFC onside, and there was that left-footed strike there from Adeniran. And then Patino from outside the area giving it a go. Skage Simonson will turn it out wide. It's Jacob Green, 19-year-old homegrown product for DC United. Ball goes back to SAFC. They have several of the homegrown signings of DC United. As you see, Ryan Martin, who has been in charge as the manager and technical director here at Loudoun United for all 4 years.
Yeah, Ryan Martin knows what he's doing. He recruited me to Wake Forest University, and he's a great coach at developing players. So he's going to teach these boys how to play football properly. And I think they've had 10 first-team signings out of this program, out of this club,
including a couple this year. As Justin Dillon will get forward into the box. Dillon trying to cut it back, and well defended there by the veteran Jalen Robinson. Robinson last year was a member of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So he has some experience here at Toyota Field. Not a lot of other players on this club do. One of the players that also you played with, Michael Gamble, is not with the club tonight, not in the A team, but he was a member of Tulsa Roughnecks in his early USL Championship days after coming out of Wake Forest, and he's got some experience here. But we'll see what happens tonight, as this is Moses Nyman getting forward. Nyman down on loan from DC United, concedes possession, and then a foul as Tainer goes to ground, and SAFC will take it back. Skage Simonson, the Norwegian 24-year-old, it's a bit of a homecoming for him. He played his collegiate soccer at SMU, in 10 goals in 27 matches with the Mustangs before getting drafted in the 3rd round of this past spring's MLS Super Draft by DC United. Simonson 2 goals in 13 matches in his rookie campaign. Dillon volleying it along. As Carson Vom Steeg climbed the back there of Patino to keep it moving outward. And now Saad Abdul Salam on the wing, sending it to the top of the box, and possession controlled by Jeremy Gary, and forced ahead. Nicky Downs, he'll operate things as the number 6 tonight for Ryan Martin's Loudoun United. And Jeremy Gary have a nice partnership in the middle there to watch out for, but this is, as we've seen with several of the clubs that have come to Toyota Field as of late, a very young squad, featuring a lot of teenagers on the park here tonight. As Downs will pick that one off. But what we saw from LA Galaxy 2, Hayden, was they were able to weather the early storm against San Antonio in the first quarter hour, and then once they got into rhythm, they pretty much were able to do what they wanted to do the rest of the match.
Yeah, they sat early in a low block, sustained some pressure. SAFC didn't capitalize on a couple chances. They had a couple chances against the run of play. Then they got comfortable, and then they were on the ball trying to find ways to exploit SAFC, and they did a pretty good job of that.
It was a bit of a surprise to see them then take the momentum from what they had generated here and then go out to Loudoun County and fall 2-0 against a side that had only won 4 of their previous 21 matches. Go figure.
Yeah, it's interesting form, all these teams coming into with each other.
Abdul Salam, Nikki Hernandez back in the starting 11 tonight, making the run and directed off of his foot. Throw for San Antonio here in the opening quarter hour. Hernandez coming into tonight, 1 goal in his 13 appearances. This is his 8th start. Connor Maloney, Justin Dillon will earn SAFC their first corner of the evening.
Well, all 3 SAFC front runners have had a shot. So kind of getting acquainted to the game. Now they need to finish it.
I beg your pardon, it's not a corner. It looked like went off the back heel of the defender for Loudoun United, but instead handed off to the keeper, Luis Zamudio. San Antonio FC, which dominated early possession against Galaxy 2, doing the same, and the Dillon will finish this one off in the box from Justin Dillon. And San Antonio FC in the 10th minute on the board with a 1-0 lead.
And that all started from Nikki Hernandez doing a quick throw. Loudoun looked like they were not paying attention. And just free run into the box. Justin Dillon just passes it along the carpet and just a tap in front post.
So Adeniran, who got it with his left foot once again, although this time directs it past the keeper Zamudio and in for his 6th goal of the season, which matches Dillon for the club lead. Dillon picks up his 7th assist. He began the night tied for 9th in the championship in assists, so he'll continue to climb that ladder. It's amazing to think for SAFC, that is their 38th goal of the season. No player on this roster has more than 6 goals.
Yeah, it makes them a very difficult team to defend. You don't know what goal scorer is going to show up on the day, but for Justin Dillon and all the front runners really finding and being selfless with each other in front of the box, that can go a long way.
So it's the 4th goal in the opening quarter hour for SAFC. Again, taking it to the youngsters from Loudoun County here early. Unlike they were able to do against Galaxy 2 a couple of Saturdays ago, they are able to break through here early tonight for an opening 1-0 lead, and when they score first, they simply just don't lose. 15th time this year SAFC has scored the opening goal. They're 14-0 in the previous matches when they've scored first. As SAFC beginning this condensed 3-match homestand, quick turnaround as they'll play Saturday night against Las Vegas Lights. The rematch of a game that was played just 2 weeks ago at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. As Zamudio will come and pick this one off. It's a 2-0 SAFC win. That man, Sam Adeniran, had one of the 2 goals in that victory against Lights. And then the homestand will conclude a week from Saturday. The South Texas Derby matchup, SAFC and RGV, and a big collision between PC and Moses Nyman at center. Or excuse me, that's not Nyman, that's Abdul Zane. Zane is able to get up under his own power, and he's okay. And you see Zane and PC, their heads collide.
Yeah, it's almost worse when the ball's not high enough to where the players aren't jumping and their legs are still on the ground. More force into each other's head, so hopefully both of them are okay. I'm sure they'll have to
PC getting attention here. Go back to what we showed you at the top of the broadcast. SAFC bouncing back from a loss. They haven't lost consecutive USL Championship matches all season. Kind of update that now. 7 goals for, none against. So, I mean, they're pretty dominant. They've shown resiliency, that mentality, monster approach that Alan Marcina has preached all season. I think that graphic right there really speaks the entire story.
Yeah, and I mean, ideally you don't have a midweek game, but I was thinking about this. If you're a team like SAFC and you come off of a loss as bad as that is, you kind of want to have short-term memory and have a game earlier than wait a week to have to reprove yourself. So we can see that here, obviously, scoring early in this game.
And rain is starting to come down here on Toyota Field, although no lightning, as you can see. And believe it or not, as the fans start to make their way up underneath the awning. This is one of the most pleasant sights we've seen in South Texas in a long time. For those who haven't been following, it did rain a little bit yesterday at the airport, but prior to that, it hadn't rained in more than 2 months in San Antonio officially, or at least enough that had considerably generated more than 5/100ths of an inch, which was the entirety of rain that was received at the airport for the entire month of July. So the rain falls at Toyota Field. SAFC up one. Adeniran inside the box, squeezing into Patino. Coming down on it is Zamudio. And as long as there is no lightning in the vicinity, and we're told there is not, and this match will proceed along here. There's certainly a bit of a driving rain right now will make things interesting for both keepers trying to see through the deluge there.
Playing in the rain is always a joy as a player. Just going to make things a little bit slipperier. But the ball is going to move quicker. You're not going to get as tired as fast. We'll see how the conditions affect the players.
Hernandez. Out last save there. Patino giving it a go and turned over goal there by Zamudio.
I mean, that right there just shows you why Patino is a striker. I don't know if his first touch is what he meant, but to be able to turn his body around and get over the ball to where it's under the crossbar, that's a fantastic strike and save.
As I mentioned, avoiding any contact with his hand there, trying to bring the ball up to make the turn on it. Not easy to do as Fabian Garcia off to the far stick. The outswinger with his right foot here to deliver this first corner for SAFC. Up a goal early here in the first half. Heads to the top of the 16er. Able to bring it down. Connor Maloney. Ball might die before it gets to the touchline. Connor's going to certainly give all his effort worth and make a little slip and slide out there.
Yeah, he almost slid into the tunnel there. If the field was dry, Connor would have got there.
I will not question that at all. Connor Maloney tonight playing in his 58th match with SAFC. Active leader in matches played here for this side. Fletcher remains on side. Al Morcino wanted the flag up as Fletcher danced with the ball there, and nice recovery from PC.
I love that from PC. Little help defense. Pokes it out.
Connor Maloney, cheeky there around Nyman. Hernandez, and foul.
Yeah,
as they break up the advantage, and Zane is going to go into the books here in the 18th minute.
Yeah, I knew the card was coming. If he stopped advantage there, it had to be a card. Just a little late in the back on Maloney.
So Melvin Rivas gets his pocketbook out for the first time tonight and issues Abdul Zane his 5th caution of the season. Zane, 19-year-old from the Ivory Coast. As Fabian Garcia lines up for yet another early set piece here for SAFC. Already up one here on Adeniran's 6th of the season in the 10th minute. Ends beautifully into the box, and first under it, however, is Jacob Green to head it out. This one hangs up there for Tainer. Another collision inside the box as it's Dillon and Vom Steeg.
Yeah, the way Dillon came down here too didn't look pretty.
Well, and see right there on the replay, Vom Steeg and Dillon collide. Dillon appears to be okay to shake it off. He's waving off the trainer. Vom Steeg back up to his feet as well, too. Looks as if for the moment that rain has tapered off here a little bit after about 5 minutes of a pretty good shower that rolled through. I'm just hoping it rolled past my house in my front yard as well. Could certainly use it.
Yeah, we've needed the rain.
It's been that kind of summer here in South Texas where San Antonio, today was, I believe, the 57th day that we've hit 100 degrees here in the summer, which ties for the second most all time. Two back of the record of 59, which I believe was in the 2011 summer. So the fact that it's only the 10th of August tells me that that record is not going to be for long. Reset Hernandez back to Connor Maloney. Stieg will back onto the field. Abdul Salam trying to hit Dillon. Zamudio will take over.
Yeah, just a bit heavy, the right idea.
Of course, it was from that right side of the last match here at Toyota Field a couple Saturdays ago. Shannon Gomez with the Dramatics getting his first career goal in USL Championship in, it was his 107th USL Championship game. He was finally able to break through, and boy, did he break through at the right time, preserving a point for SAFC in their 1-1 draw with Galaxy 2.
You know, I've played many games and many seasons with Shannon Gomez, and I never knew that he had never scored a goal until that goal. And you said it. I couldn't believe it. What a time to put the ball in the back of the net.
25-year-old is on the bench tonight. Saad Abdul Salam starting out on the right side. You figure again with 2 matches here over the next 72 hours that Gomez will likely play a part here over the rest of the week for Alan Marcina and several of these SAFC players on the bench, including again Elliott Collier, who has not played since the 4th of June in Sacramento. He's missed 2 months of the regular season due to injury. He's back in the 18 tonight. And I guess ideally Alan Marcina would like to see probably 10 to 15 minutes out of Collier, depending on how this match progresses the rest of the way.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Goal scorer, get him some minutes, get him in time in front of the goal in the box, and some live play.
Oh, nice run there by Jacob Green, sneaking free, trying to play one into the box and didn't get all of it. You see making the clearance upfield to Dennerin. Get forward here on the left side. Trying to outrun 2 there for Loudoun United. Moves one up that forces Zamudio off his line. Cradles under it ahead of Santiago Patino. Ball belongs to SAFC off of Jacob Green. Showed you the numbers on Tainer at the start of the broadcast. Career high 4 goals for the 27-year-old. Just played in his 50th career match in USL play with SAFC Saturday night in San Diego. It's the league leaders in interceptions and clearances. One of the notes on that graphic that we showed you is Nikki Hernandez on the right side. Nice good ball across, and Dennerin brings it down first time, turns it wide. What a setup there for Nikki Hernandez, and Dennerin certainly knows he should have done better with that one.
Yeah, I can't tell if he was trying to be too cute with it inside of the foot, but just took his eye off it and didn't make really any good clean contact on it. It dropped right before it got to him.
The note I was mentioning about Mitchell Tainer was kind of one of the advanced analytic notes in soccer. It's what they call goals added, and Tainer is a plus 1.99. So we get a whistle here on Zane and a foul. And that is 18th best in USL Championship, plus 1.99. Not just 18th best among defenders, 18th best among everybody in USL Championship. Good for almost 2 goals from his presence out on the pitch there per match.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal stat.
That's why he's in the conversation for MVP here as we turn the calendar to the 23rd week of USL play. It was a good read in the USL Championship last week on Tainer's success. Gave a lot of credit to Alan Marcina, especially the last couple of seasons in his progress as a player. There'll be a foul on Dillon as he chops down Jalen Robinson, making the run inside the box. Robinson, this is his 35th appearance as a member of DC United's USL Championship organizations, be it in Richmond or now Loudoun United. Baltimore, Maryland native, playing his 53rd match in USL as Dillon looks on. (1-0) SAFC on the goal by Adeniran in the 10th minute. Dillon picking up his team-leading 7th assist of the season. Adeniran and Dillon now with 6 goals apiece on the year. Tied for the team league, one ahead of Santiago Patino. Zane back on the ball, Jalen Robinson. Nicky Downs. Green off his back heel. Right out across touch and return the ball to SAFC. And one of the things tonight, Hayden, certainly you can tell from the start, is that this is a stout, experienced defense for SAFC that they've shown here, and has not allowed much penetration from the youngsters for Loudoun here in the first half hour.
Yeah, anytime Loudoun's got into the attacking half, all defenders and midfielders have been touch tight. So I don't know if that's something that they're experiencing on the Eastern Conference, but that's how SAFC plays, and it's effective so far.
Off of Zane, will stay with Loudoun United, who, like many of the MLS reserve sides, expected to make the move to MLS Next Pro for the 2023 season. And that, I think, you and I have touched on this a lot here over the last few broadcasts, but I think that's what really is going to make USL Championship a lot more intriguing next year. Once all the reserve sides have moved along to MLS Next, and you'll have much more balanced rosters on any given week, as Kristin Fletcher making the run but loses possession.
Yeah, I think it'll kind of eliminate teams that just have the growth mindset or the culture to develop rather than just get results. Every team that will be in the league is just here to win. Not saying that these teams don't want to win. Obviously, they want to win, but there's a lot of young players. I don't know if their expectation is to win all the time, but develop them to get minutes in the MLS or with the first team.
DC United, one of the charter members of Major League Soccer, they've always been at the forefront of their academy development. And that continues along here again with Loudoun United this season, where wins aren't always the most important thing. It's about minutes, especially for a lot of their homegrown players, as that'll ride off of Jacob Green and a throw belonging to SAFC. By the way, Justin Dillon with his 7th assist. He's tied now for the 3rd most in a single season in SAFC history. Billy Forbes had 9 back in the 2017 campaign. As we mentioned, Dillon began the night tied for 9th in the championship with assists. He now climbs all the way up to 4th after picking up his 7th here tonight. And the beat goes on for Sam Adeniran, 6 goals in 11 matches. Connor Maloney. Zane defends, and Zane does well. Wins the ball away there from Maloney. Steps by Dillon, steps by PC.
That's really well done.
Simonson fouled. The whistle blows, even though Gary was going to take that one on the advantage up the right side. Zane coming over from ASEC Mimosas of the Ghanan League in Africa, native of the Ivory Coast. Bit of a lone situation with DC United with the African club, not only bringing over Zane, but Zamana Diarra, who is on the bench tonight, wears number 12 for Loudoun United. Makes it easier. You can bring a friend along too with you when you come over from stateside.
I wonder if they're roommates.
Dillon. Flick there on the back heel. Will keep it in play as he gets run off the ball. And a foul whistled on Jacob Green, who'll set up a set piece opportunity for SAFC.
That was a great first touch. Yeah, just right after getting the cross in, or what was the idea of a cross, just bodied late. It was really unnecessary there from the defender.
You see the ominous skies there in the background here on the horizon of Toyota Field as we at dusk. Scattered thunderstorms in the area, but we hope to get this match in without delay. Meanwhile, Garcia over the ball, just off the byline. To the back post. Zamudio knocks it away and cleared out of harm's way. It won't matter. It's a foul called on SAFC inside the 6-yard box.
It's a great service though, right in all the traffic. Didn't really see the contact, but looks like he was fouled or touched by Carter Manley. But someone's got to get on the end of that.
It's a great shot from our camera crew. It's a little more than a half hour in. 1-0 SAFC over Loudoun United on this Wednesday night. SAFC coming off a 3-0 loss in San Diego on Saturday. A big 6-point swing in the table, Hayden. SAFC went into that match 7 points up on San Diego, even in matches played. And so you go from the chance to be up 10, almost really putting the #1 seed away, as Zamudio will come up with the ball here. And now all of a sudden it's just 4 points separating the top two clubs in the table, with San Diego still yet to make a trip here to Toyota Field. That'll come up on the 10th of September.
Yeah, that was a big victory for San Diego.
A lot of credit to what Landon Donovan has done in the second year there with Loyal. Of course, they went to the playoffs in their first season, losing here in the opening round to SAFC 1-0, but had nowhere near the firepower that this year's club has. Those 3 goals now give them 51 for the season, most in the championship. Here's Dillon. Swings it in, a deader in again, unable to bring it down cleanly on the first time. It's twice now where he's had the ball on his feet and he's been able to make magic in those types of moments, Hayden, but unfortunately, even though he has the goal in this match, very well could be 3.
Yeah, that's another great service from Justin Dillon. He put it on a platter, just couldn't get the right contact on it.
Garcia and Carter Manley.
Yeah, I was thinking of San Diego. They probably had a bitter taste in their mouth playing against SAFC, so that can add to it.
Got a header there from Patino. Good save for Zamudio. Dillon keeps it moving and punched away again by Zamudio. And a corner awarded to San Antonio FC.
Patino did everything right. It was a hard cross to get a lot of power on. It was a little floated, but got as much power as he could. And goalie got down and made a great save in the corner.
SAFC only had 3 shots on target in the entirety of the match in San Diego. It's now 5 for SAFC here in the first 34 minutes tonight. They have yet to allow a shot of any kind so far in this match. Garcia from the near stick. To the back post, bends in. Zamudio is fouled by Carter Manley, who got just a little bit too much inside position there on the keeper. One referee in the crowd thinks differently about Zamudio's efforts there, saying he pushed off and wasn't playing the ball.
I mean, it's tough. They're both looking at the ball in the air. The ball wasn't in the vicinity of either of them. They just kind of came together. But the goalie's most of the time going to get the benefit of the doubt, which, to be honest, I never understood. They're the only player that can actually use their hands. Why do they get protected the most?
It's like the quarterback in football. They're always going to get the protection. The game has evolved. Kristin Fletcher, quiet so far with the entirety of the Loudoun United attack here so far in this match. Fletcher here's got a chance, gives it a go, and Fletcher will at least test Jordan Farr here for the first time. A bad-looking strike off the left foot there of the newly minted 17-year-old Kristin Fletcher.
Yeah, that's good composure and focus from Jordan Farr, not really been involved much and taking a somewhat of a bouncing Betty shot.
And for as dominant as SAFC has been in this match, they've only been able to capitalize one time. So I think that's something that Loudoun can feel good about here as we get closer to halftime. Dillon unable to keep that one in play. And again, I think as the match goes along, Loudoun gets a little bit more comfortable. They try to find some more seams and some things that they've done well with this year here, and I hope that works to their advantage, that they can keep SAFC's high-octane attack off the board here. Loudoun comes into tonight just 23 goals for. They're tied for 25th in goals for, 45 against, now 46 after the Adeniran goal. So minus 23 on the goal differential for Loudoun United. Simonson with the turn. Has to flick that one along to Fletcher. Manley did well with that. And Garcia will return to Jordan Farr.
And that's where SAFC does really well. Once that ball is played forward, there's a man on the receiver, and then all the options are either marked, and then there's a couple extra defenders that are just there to pick off passes and block off passing lanes.
SAFC made some news in the keeper position yesterday as they signed Grant Michaela, keeper from the Des Moines Menace of League Two. Their season just came to a conclusion, so Michaela joins the club on a 25-day contract here to fill the void of second keeper after the retirement of Matt Cardone, which followed the retirement of Christian Bonilla.
Yeah, I was like, everyone, all goalkeepers are retiring. They're like a partnership with Des Moines Menace here. Alan, myself.
These all seem to stick together, I find, whether from the same school, same organization. They'll hang out in the same quarters. Here's Nikki Hernandez, just wide. Good strike there for Hernandez from the corner of the 18-yard box. Just put it wide to the keeper.
Yeah, that's a great strike. Even if it's a shot that's off target, it's a great place to put the ball that's dangerous, and really a striker can run onto it and tap it in if they have a committed run to the back post.
7 goals for the 23-year-old Nikki Hernandez, who was selected 15th overall by FC Dallas back in the 2021 Major League Soccer Super Draft. Coming on loan from Dallas after beginning his pro career with North Texas in League One. He's got the ball at his feet. Tainer. Maloney trying to turn on Zane. Stay with San Antonio. Coutinho able to control. Turned out by Jacob Green, and another throw coming up for SAFC. Including tonight, just 11 matches remaining in the 34-match regular season. It's going to go pretty quickly here as we come through August and into September, and before you know it, we'll be looking ahead to the USL Championship playoffs. The magic number, by the way, for SAFC to clinch a third consecutive playoff berth is 13 as they begin the night. Didn't get help from themselves in reducing that magic number Saturday, but ironically got help from Loudoun United, which took 3 points away from LA Galaxy 2, which is the first team right now below the playoff line in the Western Conference table. Adeniran sneaks free. Coutinho gets by him. And Fletcher able to weave his way through a crowd. But hey, you start to get the sense that as all these opportunities kind of go by the wayside for SAFC, you're hoping it doesn't come back to hurt them as the match progresses along. Yeah, that's exactly the way football works. Loudoun might get one chance against the run of play, and if they capitalize on it, you know, you go into halftime tied. So they need to make sure they focus. It's just a bit sloppy on the final product. Saad Abdul Salam making his 7th appearance since joining SAFC last month. Again, too much on the ball there for Carter Manley trying to send Sam Adeniran off. It's interesting, Hayden, because it started so well for SAFC here in this first 10 to 15 minutes tonight. Sharp on the ball, dominant in the runs, really controlling the play. And yet here we are, 1-0. Of course, is the ideal position you want to be in, but you go back and look at the number of chances that SAFC has had in this first half to put the match away. Allowed Loudoun United to hang around to this point. Gary. Samake as he'll send it forward. Skage Simonson, the turn. Jacob Green will build up here for the visitors. Make that overlapping run there. Moses Nyman. Support comes in the middle here. Gary over to Fletcher. Corner of the box. Kristin Fletcher running on Abdul Salam. To the inside, to the outside, trying to give it a go. A moment off the hand potentially there of Fabian Garcia, not whistle, but does result in the first corner of the evening for Loudoun United. That's a good piece of play from Loudoun. Great combination between the left mid and left back interchange, and then switching the ball twice to create a corner. That's kind of what we were talking about. They get one good run of play and could sum up the whole half, really. Melvin Rivas wants Kristin Fletcher and Nikki Hernandez to come over and have a word before we reset. You see Moses Nyman getting set to take this corner. 18-year-old, their homegrown product out of the DC United Academy. Plays it short here, and we'll get it back. Slips it into the box. The turn there by Samake, and blocked there by Nikki Hernandez. Gary keeps it moving. Bumped down by Adeniran, and that'll be a foul on Sam. And it'll set up yet another set piece here coming up for Loudoun United.
It's very savvy from Gray. Just takes his touch in front, puts his body between the defender and the ball, and once you initiate contact, you can really just heave over, and the ref's going to call it most of the time.
Jeremy Gary over the ball here, along with Nyman. Gary, 19 years old, another homegrown signing. It's like Nyman here. We'll leave it for Gary. Top of the box. Wow, poor touch there for Zane. Had the right idea, though, with Nyman streaking into the 18, but Zane couldn't deliver him the ball.
Looks like Ryan Martin has been doing some plays on the training ground.
And this is a chance, and it's in! It's an equalizer! Moses Nyman puts it in, and Loudoun United in the 45th minute has leveled the match at 1.
That's a fantastic goal. Great passing to pick apart. The defense turns, continues his run on. Little 1-2. Little lackadaisical on the tracking, and is able to just poke it back post. It's a fantastic finish.
So Moses Nyman to the 45th minute with the equalizer. And SAFC, all they can do, Hayden, is look back at all the chances they've had in this first half to put this match away, and yet they sit level with a 5-win Loudoun United club here heading into halftime at Toyota Field.
I mean, I hate to say curse of the commentator, but we saw this coming. When you don't put away your chances, that's what happens.
Moses Nyman, the 19-year-old third-year player, logged 19 matches a year ago with DC United, 2 matches this season with the first side. The center midfielder able to break through for the visitors here at the end of the opening half. You see 3 minutes added time coming up. The youngsters from Leesburg, Virginia are going to have all sorts of confidence if they can keep this level heading into the locker room. San Antonio FC will earn their third corner coming up here. The drive by Connor Maloney. I've found that these reserve sides, whatever you want to call them, these seem to be the teams that have given SAFC more fits than many of the established teams have had this year.
Yeah, I don't know if it's approach or mentality coming in, thinking they're just going to roll over for you, but I mean, any opposition you're playing in a game, you can't take lightly.
Punched away. Hernandez settles. Tries to give it a go. Fletcher steps in front. And that's going to ride out for a throw for SAFC. Other than Atlanta United 2, who SAFC really had their way with, obviously Galaxy 2 most recently coming in. Really grinded out a hard point against SAFC a couple of Saturdays ago. Samake. Hernandez. Wrecks that one along. Patino, quiet first half for him. Maloney whips it in. Everybody going up for that one. And a yellow going to be served. And that's Tainer. And that made the mistake the other night, but I do believe that will be a card accumulation suspension for Mitchell Tainer with that yellow card served right there on the dangerous play.
Yeah, it's a bit tough. He's trying to play the ball and volley it, and the head goes down a little bit, but at the end of the day, you've got to protect the players. I could see it either way, really.
So yellow for Mitchell is his 9th overall this season. He had one rescinded. So he had received the one against LA. So Mitchell looking at a one-match suspension Saturday night against Las Vegas. Kind of a sour way to end what had been a pretty sizzling start to the first half. Sam Adeniran gets the opening goal, 1-0, but it's Moses Nyman at the end of the first half to level. We're even at 1 at Toyota Field in a midweek match to kick off week 23 here on Bally Sports. 1-1 at the half, San Antonio FC, Loudoun United FC here this evening on Valley Sports on a Wednesday night from Toyota Field as we say hello once again to the broadcast booth with Hayden Partain and our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. Hayden, we talked about the Western Conference table a little bit there in the first half, and SAFC, which had a chance to build their lead over San Diego Loyal to 10, but the loss on Saturday night dropped their lead to 4 for the number 1 overall spot there. Colorado Springs is lurking. And SAFC, the magic number, clinch a playoff spot as mentioned, is 13. Still in a pretty good position, although, again, you just see what one match can do in an opportunity to try to give yourself home field advantage throughout the entirety of the championship playoffs.
Yeah, sitting 4 points clear on the Western Conference side and having a game in hand, that's nice, but you really just got to take as many points as you can each and every game.
SAFC will continue here to try to build upon that lead over San Diego and Colorado Springs and the rest of the Western Conference moving forward. As I mentioned, they're starting a 3-match homestand here tonight. 2 more coming up, including Saturday night. They're going to take on Las Vegas Lights in a rematch of a match that took place just 2 weeks ago from tonight at Cashman Field. And then you've got a derby match against RGV back on the road for 2, and then that rematch with San Diego coming up on the 10th of September.
Yeah, it's exciting times here in San Antonio, but the SAFC boys really just need to find ways to get points here going into a 2-game road trip.
And after that, just 6 matches remaining in the 2022 regular season before it's playoff time, where SAFC expects to be there for a 3rd consecutive season. And what they're hoping for is to be raising the cup when it's all said and done in November. We'll take a look at first half highlights and numbers from this one. Surprising 1-1 battle, SAFC and Loudoun. More to come here on Valley Sports. Loudoun United has just 1 win in their 9 away matches, but they're level with San Antonio FC, 1-1 at the half here at Toyota Field. As we roll along here from the broadcast booth with Hayden Partain, I'm Dan Weiss. Great to have you with us. Look back at the first half highlights, Hayden, and again, we said really good for SAFC in the first quarter hour of this match. And it looked like they were going to put it away to Loudoun early. Did get on the board with Sam Adenner in 6th goal of the season, but then Just a lot of quality opportunities that allowed the visitors to level late.
Yeah, there's many chances that SAFC had and just didn't put away. You can see there. But this was the goal here. A quick throw from Nikki Hernandez. Dillon passing along the carpet, and just a clinical finish where really just doesn't get tracked in the box.
And then after that, as Adeniran scores for the 6th time in 11 matches, SAFC had those opportunities that they weren't able to put away, a couple of them, and then it eventually leads to this build-up for Loudoun United, and Moses Nyman, just down from the first side, able to put it in with his right foot past the outstretched arms of Jordan Farr. And as you take a look at the numbers, I mean, statistically, this has been a dominant match by SAFC. They have to be a little bit stunned that they're level with the visitors here at this point.
Yeah, you look at the shots, they're obviously out shooting Loudoun United here, but the shots on target just haven't really been quality. They've either been slow rollers or just really haven't tested the keeper, aside from Patino's in the top corner that was saved.
What does SAFC need to do differently here in the second 45 minutes to kind of try to right the ship a little bit? They're kind of in a little bit of this funk right now if you go back over the last 2.5 matches.
Yeah, I would say just final product. They need to be clinical. They need to make sure that the product of, or the accuracy of the ball to the front runner is actually there, because there's been a couple crosses that they really didn't pick anyone out. It's in behind, and the shot quality just hasn't been there tonight.
It'll be interesting to see how the second half proceeds and who makes a difference coming up in the second 45 minutes. More halftime from Toyota Field when we roll along right after this. San Antonio FC Soccer on Bally Sports is brought to you by Toyota. Go to buyattoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. 1-1 at the half. Second half coming up on the other side. Hayden rejoins me next on Bally Sports. Start of the second half, San Antonio FC, Loudoun United, all level at 1 apiece here as we get ready for the second 45 minutes here at Toyota Field. Take a look at the rest of Week 23 that comes up after tonight. Got a good matchup, in fact, Hayden, that's going to begin right now in San Diego Loyal. Monterey Bay FC has won 4 of their last 5 matches after they lost 6-0 here to SAFC a few months ago. Some other key matchups later this week. Monterey and Sacramento will play in Monterey, Colorado Springs and El Paso. And every time we think Phoenix is out of it, they keep hanging around and get a win. They'll take on Orange County, who one would believe is out of it. It's been a rough year for the defending champions of USL as Orange County SC finds themselves unbelievably at the bottom of the Western Conference table. 23 points in 23 matches.
Yeah, it makes it hard to win games when you got a -4 goal differential.
Phoenix only sitting 4 points below the playoff line. Las Vegas, which is level with El Paso. Remember, the top 7 in each conference make the playoffs. It'll be a big matchup for Las Vegas coming up on Saturday night when they come to Toyota Field. And of course, they'll be looking for a little bit of redemption after falling at home to San Antonio 2 weeks ago. Ironically, that Vegas side has one of the best road records in all of USL Championship. Got 5 of their 9 wins away from Cashman Field, so a win on the road. Second half underway, along with Hayden Partain and our entire crew. I'm Dan Weiss. Thanks for joining us here on Bally Sports. Adeniran in the 10th minute for SAFC, getting his 6th goal of the season, and Moses Nyman scoring his first goal just before halftime to level the match at 1. Shannon Gomez on to start the second half in place of Saad Abdul Salam. It's the change for San Antonio FC for Gomez. His 21st appearance of the season.
Yeah, I would like to see Shannon Gomez get down the flanks and pick some players out on crosses. That quality of cross, like we were talking about at halftime, just hasn't been there.
Garcia on the reset. Drives a good ball and it's headed, but away from goal. Sam Adeniran's got the SAFC goal here tonight, Hayden, but it just doesn't feel like it's been his kind of night tonight.
Yeah, I think he's just got the timing all wrong there. I don't know if he was in the air too early. Just couldn't redirect it on goal. But no, you're right. I mean, he's scored the goal, but I don't know how many exact chances he's had, maybe 6. 2 of them that he just didn't make really any contact at all, just maybe lack of focus. I don't know if it's the surface change from the weather, but SAFC needs to find another one here if they want to end the night the way they want.
Some room on the wing there for Zane as he'll get forward. Good recovery from PC and played it off Zane for a throw. That's just good hard work there by the captain.
Yeah, a player like PC, especially in moments like that, just priceless.
This first quarter hour out of the halftime locker room has been SAFC's best all season. They have outscored the opposition 7-1. And surprisingly, it was actually one of their worst quarter hours of the year last year, where they were outscored 8-5. So you can tell that there's been a focus on this first 15 minutes. And I would think after a little bit of a lapse there at the end of the first half that allowed Loudoun to score the equalizer, there's going to be plenty of focus from this group here in this first quarter hour.
Yeah, I would agree. I know that Alan Marcina, when I played for him, he's very analytical, so that could be something that he really wanted to change, and coming out of halftime, you really should be coming out guns blazing. So I'm sure they're going to want to do that here in this second half.
SAFC has outscored the opposition 21-8 in the second half. 4 of those 8 goals have come in their last 2 matches against. As Nikki Hernandez concedes possession, Baumstieg, the rookie out of UC Santa Barbara, will send it forward. Simonson over to Fletcher. Fletcher's been good here tonight, and he'll play it out wide. Zane will get forward here to the corner of the box. Zane looking for support. Cuts it back to the middle, and off his left, turns it high and wide of goal.
It's good defending from Tainter. Didn't really give him an angle on the shot. the run for the overlap was tracked. But that's a good, really, breakthrough from Loudoun, defending front to back, getting a chance. I mean, it's a goal kick. It's not that big a deal.
Looked promising as it was coming through the middle of the park. And again, it's Fletcher who was orchestrating things. Adeniran flicks this one along. Patino can't run it down. Good poise there from the rookie Vom Steeg. Will turn it out. And a throw for San Antonio. Gomez flicked along. Hernandez. DC brings it down. Drives it wide of goal with his left. SAFC owning the possession, 53-47, which has not really been their game over the course of the season. In fact, two sides, Loudoun actually 51% possession for the season, SAFC 27th at 42%, and Loudoun, fourth best team when it comes to passing accuracy at over 81%. SAFC's kind of beating them at their own game here tonight, but it's been that final third, the final product, really, we should say. Not necessarily the final third, but that final product, final touch for SAFC that's eluded them here tonight.
Yeah, the runs are there. The ball might even be there. It's just the finish.
Tainer, who will indeed be suspended for Saturday's match against Las Vegas. Hernandez. Adeniran, he's got to settle back. Adeniran, and he puts it in! Sam Adeniran! What a finish! You figured he was due. He wasn't going to make the same mistake so many times, and that is a tremendous goal off his left, and Adeniran gives SAFC a 2-1 lead.
I mean, wow. He just took his tidiness from here for the day all the way to the top. What a top-class finish. Just whips it with the left foot, upper 90 off the post and in. Second goal of the night.
Couldn't have placed it any more perfectly. And it was off a misplay in the defensive third there by Loudoun United. And Sam Adeniran, he's got a brace. He could have 5 goals tonight when you think about it.
He could, but I mean, we're up here knocking him for the opportunities he's missed, and he does that. I
guess we'll stay quiet here.
That's a great finish.
As Adeniran takes over the team leading goals now with 7, 2 here tonight. SAFC reclaims the lead. Dillon now trying to get into the scoring act. Get to the outside there, and good job by Jalen Robinson. Play it out. There's another goal for SAFC there in the opening quarter hour of the second half. Some 8 on the season. Adeniran in the 51st minute. Yet another brace. What a find he's been. So balloon over everybody and out. Now 20 goals in 41 career USL matches for Sam Adeniran. Basically a goal every other game. Hernandez. Dillon, or Patino rather, off his right foot a little bit beyond his reach on the play from Nikki Hernandez.
Yeah, I think they're on different pages. I like that ball from Nikki Hernandez, though. A bit of disguise and the penetrating ball right down the middle of a team. I mean, that's the deadliest ball you can pass.
Tainer. Simonson tried to step in front of the pass. Tainer was able to get it over to Shannon Gomez. Whips that one in. Defended out. Connor Maloney sitting pretty top of the box. Maloney just over goal.
I don't think I want another player to score one of those so badly, aside from Connor Maloney. Touches a little underneath him, gets it to his left foot, and it just keeps rising. It's a great strike.
I was going to say, he might have been kicking himself that he didn't take the first touch cleanly, but I mean, he's still got everything behind that. Well done, well adjusted there by Connor Maloney. Still looking for number one. But you sense that it's coming sooner rather than later.
It's going to be like a Shannon Gomez goal. It's going to be right when the team needs it most, and he's going to be there.
This is Connor's 75th career professional match when you include his time. 13 matches with Columbus Crew of Major League Soccer, who originally drafted him in the 3rd round back in 2017, and then he had one match with Harrisburg in USL before coming over to SAFC 3 years ago. Well, that one gets past the defender, and it's Dillon on the end of it, cutting into the box, trying to put it across the face. A goal. If he does, Adeniran's got a hat trick, and it's 3-1. Zamudio able to step in front of it and drives it out.
That was a great ball from Connor Maloney for Justin Dillon's favorite run, inside to outside, a little diag run.
It'll get past Tainer, and that'll be a throw for Loudoun United. Worked hard to stay in the game and battle back at the end of the first half to level. Finds themselves down a goal once again. Maloney. Hernandez. And SAFC trying to seize control here of the match. PC. Tainer. Tainer gets it back from Dillon. Switch the play. Shannon Gomez weaves his way past Fletcher, slips it to Hernandez. Can't keep it in play. Look at our first set of substitutions coming for the visitors.
Number 12,
Soumana Diarra will take out his fellow countryman Abdul Zane. One Ivory Coast native for another, as Diarra comes in for the 13th time this year. And Nanan Husu, 21-year-old, will come on for Jeremy Gary here. 57th minute. So Diarra still looking for his first goal of the season, and Husu playing in that center midfield role, placing Gary. A little more experience. This is his 41st career match with Loudoun. Zamudio, dangerous footsteps of Adeniran in front of him, able to release it forward. Dillon unable to keep it in play.
It's an interesting selection too with the long ball. I don't know if he's recognizing it, but he hits it to Mitch's side every time, and he towers over whatever striker is there. They're just, SAFC has won the ball there every time, and then able to progress forward. So I understand the playing short to absorb pressure to then open up space, you know, maybe in between lines, but that long ball, I think, needs to be picked out a little better.
Zamudio didn't get anything on that clearance. That sets up Shannon Gomez here now. Adeniran. The turn. DC. Back for Tainer. Maloney. Service into the box, defended out by Vom Steeg. DC keeps it moving along. Manley. Garcia will work back. Gomez. Tino volleys that forward. SAFC will press forward here after that ball momentarily slips past Samake. Samake getting it ahead. Fletcher taken away there from Manley and sends Diarra off on the wing. There's support coming in for Green. Oh, nicely done there by Tainer. Broke up the pass. Green able to keep the play moving. Tainer will knock it out. The throw belongs to SAFC. What a recovery there from Mitchell Tainer.
Yeah, he just got enough of a touch to slow that pass in behind him, and then pokes the ball away and draws a foul. Just the little things. Looks like he got stepped on late on the tackle.
There on the left boot there, Jacob Green.
It'll sting a little bit, just run it off.
He's going to get his money's worth here over these final 30 minutes because he knows he's not playing again until the 20th against RGV. Mitchell, that's probably going to sting the most, Aiden, is that he's not going to be able to join his teammates out there on Saturday night against Las Vegas. Fletcher. Boy, Fletcher's been fun to watch here tonight. Doesn't play like a 17-year-old. Diarra. And the recovery that time from Justin Dillon knocked it away, although Dillon looks a little worse for wear after the tackle as he's down inside the D there. Good hustle coming back from Dillon, breaking up that possible attempt by Diarra.
Yeah, you gotta love the recovery there from any SAFC player, but let alone a striker. You'd think that'd be a midfielder. We see Coutinho doing that at times as well.
Well, here's the goal summary from tonight's match in case you're joining us late. Denerin getting SAFC on the board at the 10th minute. Nyman with the equalizer just before halftime. And this brilliant finish from Sam Denerin coming out of the locker room in the 50th minute as SAFC up 2-1 here, just over the 1 hour mark in this match. This ball is going to ride away from Coutinho and Tom Stieg, and will result in the goal kick for Zamudio. In San Diego that we were teasing at the start of the second half between San Diego Loyal and Monterey Bay's kicked off in the 21st minute, 0-0. We'll get another substitute for SAFC, and this one's a pretty big one as Elliott Collier is going to make his first appearance in the lineup since the 4th of June in Sacramento. I'm off for Santiago Patino. And Jordy Dillon will also come into the match as well. He'll make his 9th appearance, taking out Nikki Hernandez. So we thought maybe 15 minutes for Elliott Collier. He's going to get a full half hour here tonight, Hayden.
Yeah, that's exciting. He's always an exciting front runner to watch. See if he can create and score some chances here.
Collier, 12th appearance of the season. Hernandez, his night is finished. Collier had 4 goals. Was really one of the big front runners for SAFC in the first 6 weeks of the regular season. Seemed like him and David Loera and Justin Dillon, the 3 of them, provoked the SAFC attack in the early weeks of the campaign until Coutinho got healthy and Denerin joined the squad. Here's Collier! Oh, almost magical on his first touch in more than 2 months. That had eyes for the back of the net.
I love it. First touch with the inside of his foot, little push touch with the outside, and then just a strike on goal. That's a striker. Traffic or not, take the shot. Deflections can go in, and welcome back.
Collier in his 5th season, 27 years of age, was originally drafted by Chicago Fire in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. 54 career matches of MLS experience, and tonight is his 49th career USL Championship match as Simonson loses it off the touchline. Fletcher. Good run by Fletcher. Knocked off the ball there by Carter Manley. C gave it back to Gomez. Gomez gives it back to Jordan Farr.
Yeah, Fletcher's a strong dribbler on the ball. Took a few SAFC players to pick that off of him.
Just turned 17 to Kristin Fletcher on Saturday, so you think about the career he potentially has ahead of him. Here's Dillon. Collier makes the turn. Two defending him. Elliott trying to weave his way through, and he does successfully. Now cutting back to the inside. SAFC will earn the possession.
It was as if the ball was glued to his feet. It's great technical footwork from a big guy.
So Collier working his way back in, getting 30 minutes here tonight. Now, Hayden, the question becomes for Alan Marcina, how does he find a role for everybody amongst his strikers going forward here? The final third of this season, as Garcia's got this lined up the far stick. In swinger here. Now it drops right in between everybody and rides out. It'll be another corner, I believe, awarded here to SAFC. Yes, over here on the near stick this time.
Yeah, but that's a good problem for a coach. You know, which striker should I start? You know, as players, that's hard to sometimes accept. But for a team as a whole, if everyone can really take on whatever role they're given for the team, it's a good thing to have so many different, you know, good goal scorers in rotation.
Because the ultimate goal is a team one that hopefully ends with a championship risen in the end. PC. It's kept in play. Garcia drives it across. And Connor Maloney settles. Fended off the ball there by Nyman. Oh, this slips back into the box, and Zamudio will take it. The oncoming footsteps of Justin Dillon. Now off to his left side here for Samake. Well done by Shannon Gomez, stepping in front of the pass. Adeniran. Does he have more in his bag of tricks? Gomez putting it across the face, a goal and defended out.
You can see he was trying to find Collier there on the back post along the deck, but it was well read by the defender.
Nicky Downs will come off, and Tyler Freeman, a 19-year-old who was originally a 15-year-old signing by Sporting Kansas City 4 years ago. A member of Loudoun United and DC United system. Freeman's got 5 goals on the season. Most all of them have been as a second half substitute. This is his 14th appearance of the year. Collier. PC turns it out wide. Maloney cutting it back. Placing one through Adeniran. Vom Steeg will defend it out of the box. Dillon trying to volley one to himself. It's turned out by Jalen Robinson.
I like that. That was a little Neymar scoop. Never been confident enough to try it myself, but hey, it's fun to watch.
Collision between Collier and Oso. It was before the throw, and word for Collier from Melvin Rivas. SAFC will keep possession here. Collier is off his body. Jacob Green turn it forward. PC unable to settle. Freeman weaves his way through on the first touch. Tyler Freeman, top of the box. Freeman, his back foot there is defended out by PC. Will result in the second corner of the evening for Loudoun United.
That was a strong run on the ball to enter the game. Just a little miscue off of PC trying to lay off with the head to Mitch Tainter. Led to that chance.
This ball to the back post is brought down and cleared out. Collier diving into the center line. Jacob Green goes to ground and he bends PC there.
We used to do that after training, punt the ball up as hard as we can, skill check, and I would say there, oh, just try to get him off his line. I like it. Hey.
It's almost become the Mitchell Tainter go-to move this season.
Hey, I've seen it one time at our time at Sacramento Republic, and I remember him calling me off the ball, and I'm like, what? You're calling me off the ball? And he full volleys it from just over half field and scored it. So I'm like, okay, you know, I don't mind that. Go for it again.
Osu. Poor delivery on the ball. There's Diarra was trying to make the diagonal run. Does that man have one more solid finish in him tonight? Kristin Fletcher, 3 goals in 10 matches. His manager Ryan Martin certainly hopes so. Out and trying to steal a point. San Antonio perhaps. SAFC has never lost, never even drawn this season when scoring first. 14 times, they're 14-0. They lead at 2-1 here in the final 20 minutes. Simonson brings it down. Keeps it moving. Freeman. Set up some space here on the wing. Plays it off to Fletcher.
There you go.
Good recovery there by Dillon. And then Peach C able to draw the foul against Fletcher.
You just see Dillon just gravitates slowly, just lurking, and waits for that pass to come, and then just penetrates and picks it off.
And that's, again, all about the culture that Alan Marcina has developed here. This relentless with and without the ball. There's no moments where you're just standing there, watching, observing. You are always anticipating. It's part of that relentlessness. And a couple of times we've seen that from Justin Dillon, making the run from his opponent's final third back to the SAFC final third to make a play on the defensive end.
Yeah, and he's just overall a selfless player as well. Being a striker with 7 assists just shows, you know, he's willing to do the right things for the team, even if it comes to him dropping in deep and helping out on defense.
Jacob Green. Connor Maloney stepped right in front of him, defended it away, but it's out over touch. It'll be a throw to Loudoun United. SAFC has outshot Loudoun 16-5 in this match. A heavy foul there from Diarra. Steps on Carter Manley and will be shown yellow. Fourth tie. Diarra into the books in the 74th minute.
Yeah, just a little bit of frustration. Just didn't really slow down in order to decelerate and just ran straight into the body of Manley.
As we come upon the final quarter hour of this match, SAFC up a goal, trying to secure what would be their 17th win of the season, which would match the 2017 side for the most wins in a single season in franchise history. Showed you the graphic before where SAFC was in terms of fastest team in USL to get to 50 points, doing it in 21 games. It showed you that Phoenix Rising side in 2019, which from a regular season standpoint is the most successful in the championship's history. 24 wins and 78 points, and with 11 matches still remaining after tonight, Hayden, if AFC could secure this win, they would still have 33 points available to them, the 86 total. So I'm not going to say they're going to go 11-0, but start potentially thinking about where this club would be in terms of the historical aspect. There's Collier dancing. Learn SAFC, yet another corner.
It's a good piece of interplay from SAFC. 1-2 touch through traffic. And Collier to get to display his individual quality there and earning another corner.
Oh, look out. Cam taking a shot there. Fortunately, no worse for wear. Sixth corner of the evening for SAFC. Garcia bends this one in right into Zamudio. And there's Diarra. They've got numbers getting forward here with Fletcher and Freeman. Diarra switching the play. Didn't get much on that ball. Allowed the clearance to be made, although it's right back into the feet here of Skate Simonson. Fusu slips past Shannon Gomez into the box. Defended away by Manley. Nyman. Green trying to put one into the box. That was defended out by Maloney. Nyman again. No foul, we say play on, says Melvin Rivas. As Nyman went to ground. The back heel of Dillon. PC drives it forward. And Dillon will get to the end of it here at the edge of the box. Dillon inside the area. Looking for Collier, and Dillon seemingly has maybe run out of gas in the tank here tonight as he's on the ground. Meanwhile, Fletcher, heavy touch there. Allows Tainer to come up with the ball. Stop play with Dillon still down inside the area.
Let's go, Jordan!
Looking like either a calf or hamstring cramp. That was a long play for him. Tracked all the way back. Then made the forward run.
Assisted tonight on the first goal by Sam Adeniran. Gave SAFC a 1-0 lead back in the 10th minute. 7th assist of the season, which is 2 off the club record held by Billy Forbes back in the 2017 campaign, and is now tied for 4th amongst USL players when it comes to overall assists. Nikki Hernandez got the assist on the second goal, brace goal for Sam Adeniran in the 50th minute. That goal right now has SAFC up 1 over Loudoun United here as we come upon the final 10 minutes.
I'll take that assist any day. Just simple routine pass in the middle of the field.
You do the rest.
Turns and just puts it top bins.
So with Dillon getting a little bit of attention, allows everyone to catch their breath. Drink of water. Obviously with the rain moving through, while it's brought down the temperatures, it's jacked up the humidity. So the players certainly starting to feel that here as we've gone forward deep into the 9 o'clock hour.
We get our goal cam reset.
Hopefully we'll need it one more time here these last 10 minutes. As SAFC will look to put this pesky Loudoun United squad away. They've had some good counter runs here in the second half, Aid. Opportunity's been there for them to get a chance at another equalizer. Do not have a shot on target in this second half.
No, you're totally right. And it's not aimless either. They have numbers and there's a bit of a structure to it. They always have width. So it gives them opportunity for different options going forward.
It's a great run for Collier to sneak that ball in. It takes a deflection, lands at the feet of Tyler Freeman. Miscommunication there with Fletcher. Ball back to SAFC. Gomez. Good little run there for Shannon as he gets around Hosu. Gomez puts it on the feet of Adeniran. Adeniran makes the turn. Open it up here now for PC, top of the box. PC to Dillon off his back foot. Clearance made by Loudoun United. Another run for Justin. Looking for Adeniran. He defended out for yet another corner.
Would have been almost identical to the first goal. Again, Connor Maloney and Justin Dillon are on that wavelength of that run inside to out, a little diag run, and Connor just slips it in behind for Justin Dillon to run onto. It's very, very difficult to defend, and not many defenders really want to do that because they're running away from the goal to go and apply pressure to Dillon.
No Mohamed Abu tonight. Fabian Garcia has handled all the corners here. He handles his 7th of the evening. This one to the back post. Manley's brought down inside the box. Rides out to be awarded to Zamudio. We'll be on the air with you Saturday night, 8 o'clock here on Bally Sports. It's the middle game of this 3-match homestand. SAFC will take on Las Vegas Lights. SAFC Lights getting together for the second time this year, 7th time in each other's history. San Antonio has dominated that series, 4 wins, 1 draw, just 1 defeat against Lights. Never lost here at home. A perfect 2-0 against Lights at Toyota Field. Adeniran top, Connor Maloney. Tainer, back to Maloney. And even though Mitchell Tainer will not be available for that match Saturday night coming up against Las Vegas, you suspect that Jasser Kamiri, who's on the bench tonight, will have the opportunity to slide in. That's the beauty of having really 4 great defenders. When you play 3 in the back, I know as you talk about, you have to find your role. But this is what a chance, though, for Jasser Kamiri just to slide right back into the absence of Mitchell Tainer as Skate Simonson is off, and the youngster Hayden Sargis will come on here in the 84th minute for Loudoun.
Yeah, we were talking about it for the front of SAFC. They also have that luxury in the back to kind of interchange for if someone has either a disciplinary absence, excuse me, or, you know, just injury.
Sarge is the 20-year-old in his 3rd season. He was playing at the SAFC Academy when you were in Sacramento, the Sacramento Republic Academy, I should say.
Yes, he was. I mean, he trained with the first team a lot, and then he really made a jump up just shortly after I had made my way to San Antonio. But he's a great player, great size for his age, and good quality on the ball, very technical.
20-year-old in his 3rd pro season. This is his 49th career USL match. Connor Maloney. Hoso. Sarge's first touch is a header. It's Dillon who brings it down. Giveaway by PC in the middle. SAFC so calm on the back end. Brings up a possible counter opportunity there for the visitors. Hoso. Freeman. Denorin just comes right in and takes it off Freeman's feet, and it's a deflection off the youngster. It belongs to San Antonio.
Again, look how deep a striker is coming to help out and defend.
Yeah, you just don't see that from most teams.
I know for sure if I was a striker, I would not be dropping that far to defend. So that's, I mean, that's amazing. Makes it easier for everyone else.
Now he comes forward with the ball. Nice to send Dillon off. And that's what we've become accustomed to seeing, just this just exciting brand of soccer. There's just so much play without the ball, so much movement, none of the idle passing that, you know, sometimes teams can get bottled down with. SAFC just keeps the ball moving forward. Freeman. Good ball to the back post. Dangerous opportunity there with.
Let's go, Connor! Yeah, baby!
That was Vom Steeg trying to get up inside the box, trying to get on the end of it. Connor Maloney defended it. It was Vom Steeg. Jordan Farr will take the goal kick. Gets away from Jordan. Sargis pick it up. Samake will take the throw. Husu. Samake. Just trying to send runners off. This one sails away from Freeman. Connor Maloney back on the ball. Jordan Farr with the footsteps of Diarra coming forward. Send that one across. Denorin in an offside position. Foul on PC. Back there, Hosu. Loudoun going quickly. Freeman. Weaving in. Fletcher makes the run inside the box. Fletcher puts it off the defender. It's Jacob Green trying to put the rebound in and defend it out. That developed very quickly, and it's still not over. Diarra slips one through, and Garcia finally makes the clearance out. Loudoun was hoping that Kristin Fletcher would have a chance at some point in this match to get his team something special, and boy, he almost did, Hayden.
Yeah, this game is not over, and that was a great run from Fletcher. I don't know who played the ball in, but they threaded the needle between the defenders, and he almost found the back of the net. Just made some contact with the traffic there.
It's Freeman putting it in, and Fletcher had a great chance. And
it's a big save by Jordan Farr, actually.
Gomez, Zamudio, pick it off. I had read it as Jordan Farr getting his foot out to make the save. I thought the defender had stepped in front to get a piece of it, but you're right. It was a big-time save by Jordan Farr. First save he's had to make here in this second half. Adeniran rushing off Hayden Sargis. Adeniran, top of the box. One touch too many. Over to Collier now. Collier. Shot off the defender, and yet another corner for SAFC.
Yeah, Adeniran just couldn't get it out of his feet. He's either looking for the shot or the center defender to commit and then maybe slip Justin Dillon and just couldn't get it off.
Only 3 minutes of added time here at the end of the second half, so it's going to go along pretty quickly here, and even more so with SAFC having the ball and an opportunity on a corner. Adeniran just keep it trapped along the corner stick before it's taken away from him and work free. Loudoun's just going to drive the ball forward here to try to get something going. See her riding the back there of Fletcher. A silly foul. It allows Loudoun to reset quickly. Do it again. Collier waiting for the rest of his teammates to get back. Will step away from the ball. Nyman's going to try to maybe put one into the box here.
No, if you're SAFC, this is really where you need to focus.
Robinson didn't see where it was. Green.
There you go.
Foul whistled on Jake Green, trying to win the ball away there from Fabian Garcia. Green can't believe the whistle.
In his defense, I do think it was a weak call, but you make contact, it's up to the ref, and Justin Dillon had the positioning on the ball.
Ryan Martin wasn't overly pleased with the call either.
I mean, you look at the size difference, really.
That's been the advantage SAFC has really had against most teams this season. They've got a big back line. They've got perhaps an even bigger front line players. Adeniran, what a ball. And just putting it wide there. It's at the feet of Jordy Dillon. After Adeniran had settled it, and the ball's come out onto the field.
It was a great weighted pass from Adeniran, just taking it first time, couldn't get over the top of it.
Foul there on Fabian Garcia that will set up likely the last set piece opportunity of the match here, as we're past the allotted 3 minutes of stoppage time. And so Loudoun United is going to have one final crack trying to convert for an equalizer. As Garcia climbing the back there of Vom Stieg, called for the foul. And if you're Loudoun United, not a bad spot to have the ball here if this is your last opportunity.
No, right in the middle of the field, but it's going to have to be an exceptional free kick to beat Jordan Farr from that distance, or...
Oh, and it's deflected in at the depth. No, the offside flag is up. Waved off. Wow. They almost ran it to perfection, Hayden. Husu cannot believe it. But the flag was up, and the goal was waved off.
You can't tell from the first initial kick, really. I don't know if the frame's wider. Saw him break free and not tracked, and I mean, just, did he even touch it, or is it just decoying the goal?
Definitely got a piece of it. Meanwhile, here on the other end, Dillon across, Collier keeps it moving, Zamudio, and he'll pick up the ball. San Antonio FC survives at the end. An offside call, maybe a questionable one at the finish. Husu denied on an opportunity to level, and SAFC matches the franchise record for single season wins as they get their 17th of the season, and Hayden back into the win column after a loss on Saturday night, and the right way to start this three-match homestand.
Yeah, I don't know if they got bailed out there or if it was the right call, but they found a way to get the win, and that's the most important, especially coming off of a loss at home.
They always say, not how, but how many at the end. For SAFC, it's 17 wins, 53 points. Top of the table, they're up 7 on San Diego Loyal as they'll continue this three-match homestand. Coming up on Saturday night, they'll take on Las Vegas Lights FC. It's an 8 o'clock kick. We'll have all the action for you right here on Valley Sports. Now for Hayden Partey and our entire crew, I'm Dan Weiss saying so long. Your final, SAFC 2, Loudoun United FC 1. This has been a presentation of the USL Championship and Spurs Sports and Entertainment. Have a great night, everybody.
Loudoun United. Loudoun United. Loudoun United. Goal, Loudoun Hernandez. He scored number 27, Moses Nyman. Your score, San Antonio FC 1, Loudoun United 1. Goal, Loudoun Hernandez. He scored number 27, Moses Nyman. Your score, San Antonio FC 1, Loudoun United 1. Goal, Loudoun Hernandez. He scored number 27, Moses Nyman. Goal, Loudoun Hernandez. He scored